is V1K-ARES, otherwise known as V1K-ARES, and I'm just here to read books and play some games while I float around in space in my humble little spacecraft. Figured I'd kick things off by answering some questions in the Booktube Newbie tag, but first, a quick little introduction. Again, my name is V1K-ARES, but you could always call me Vic or Aries for short. I am, well, let's just say that I've recently woken up from a long slumber, and it seems that I've unfortunately missed out on quite a few centuries of literature. I am now embarking on a journey to remedy this, and hopefully you'll be around to accompany me. Now, shall we get to those questions? I started this channel because I saw that the VTuber community was beginning to grow outside of just streaming games, which is still something I'm interested in, but my priority has always been books and book discussion, and literature as a whole. I wanted a space where I could talk about these things that I'm interested in and the things I've been learning about, and hopefully I'll be able to share these things with people who are interested in the same things. I've always really wanted to be part of the booktuber community and make some friends and acquaintances, especially with other virtual booktubers. So, if you're out there, and I know you are, hit me up. Let's call up sometime. A study group, maybe? I don't know if you can consider any of this unique anymore since the booktuber community's been pretty prevalent and present for a couple of years now. But I think it'd be kind of fun to have some book discussions on stream, learning things together through chat, kind of have a little book club going on every week. And, hopefully I won't just be talking out of my ass, but even if I was, I think it'd be fun for me to learn from other people during the streams too. I mean, like I said, I've been asleep for who knows how long, right? In my little cryo chamber. There's lots of things for me to learn still. Meeting new people, for sure. I really want to get to know everyone that's part of this community, whether they're a VTuber or not. Everyone watching, I want to get to know you guys as much as I can. I'm excited to meet people who love reading and writing as much as I do, and I'm so excited to share all my favorite books and thoughts with you all, and of course, I'm always looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts too. And, I'm really excited to, get book suggestions from people, see everyone's perspectives on things that I might have enjoyed or not enjoyed as much, so yeah, mostly I'm just really, really excited to meet people. I've always loved reading. I've loved books for as long as I can remember, but I think it started with my mother. She used to tell me before I was even born she always read to me. And I know nothing about the science regarding such things, but I like to believe that it helped. As I was growing up, she used to always read to my sibling and I before bed, no matter how tired she was, and that would be my favorite part of the day, coming home and having a bedtime story with my family. And, my parents, they always bought us books. They never said no to us when we asked for books. We'd, run into the bookstores together and just, browse for hours, and they were always very patient with us about it, and I never felt like loving books was a bad thing. They were always really supportive about it, so I grew up with reading as a positive force in my life. At first, I think I just enjoyed stories with little understanding about why. I would really, really enjoy whenever my mother would just tell me fairy tales from, her home country, when we would talk about, Greek myths and stuff like that, um, I was obsessed with the story of Achilles. That was one of the very first, I guess, oral stories she ever told me. So that was always really, really great. Later on, I did realize that reading was an incredible source of entertainment above all else. You get to visit and see and experience all these new worlds and lives without having to be confined to your own, without having to be confined in whatever situation you've found yourself in at whatever point in your life. And you can take some of these lives that you've been experiencing and incorporate them into your own for whatever reason. Like, there's some valuable lessons and stories, you can always take something from what you read and you can carry it forever. It's just a good way to escape from reality sometimes, whenever you need a breather. And it gets lonely out here in space. Books are a great source of companionship. I think reading is a very powerful way to learn about the world. Not just from a factual perspective, but from an emotional or more abstract perspective, right? You can learn so much from reading a single novel, about the author's context, your context as a reader, new points of view, and ways to change or strengthen your own beliefs and ideas. Things that'll make you question everything you've ever known. Now, I don't think I'd be the person who I am today without books, without loving reading so much. For better or worse, reading builds character in it, and it certainly built mine. Well, again, I've always loved reading, so I don't remember exactly what book or series got me into reading. It was so long ago, but you know what was a fun series? The Goosebump books by R.L. Stine. Yeah, I think that is the series, at least, that I know got me reading the books that I enjoy reading today. Stephen King for kids. I could have sat there reading them, one after the other, for hours and hours if I was allowed. I actually still own a bunch of them. One day I'd like to expand my collection even more and maybe grab all the ones that I'm missing. There's 62 books? Yeah. I think staying committed to putting out quality content every week will be one of the biggest challenges. Then, actually getting attention and not getting disheartened and staying motivated. One of the biggest challenges I experienced before starting any of this was trying to set everything up. In general, it's been quite a challenge. Takes a lot of effort and time and money. And since I'm new to all of this, the learning curve has been interesting, to say the least. But hopefully y'all can help me out along the way. I answered this in the second question, but ever since I was a wee little lad, and continue to read today. Everywhere. Just everywhere that I can, whenever I can. Whether I'm just taking a stroll down the many corridors of the spacecraft, or if I'm lying in bed, or eating breakfast. Just wherever I can. Oh, where do I even start? I love reading all kinds of books. I don't have any genres I particularly dislike. but my absolute favorite to read is horror, fantasy, or surrealism, or like magical surrealism. I also greatly enjoy the classics, although I guess at this point in my timeline, everything's a classic. I'm not what you would call a picky reader. I'll read anything at least once, perhaps even to my own detriment. But I particularly enjoy books with non-conventional writing or very evocative and emotional writing. Things that explore and push the limits of literature. I love Piranesi, I love The Book Thief, I love House of Leaves, Perfume, yeah, those kinds of things. I'd love to show you guys, but my bookshelf is pretty messy right now and undergoing some rearranging. But you know, maybe one day. So those are all the questions for today. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me drone on and on. I hope it's been as fun for you as it was for me. I also like to play games, so I'll probably be streaming some along the way at some point. But for now, I'll end this here, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Stay safe and sexy out there, everyone.